Welcome to today's lesson. Today we see the laws of exponents. So under this chapter, exponents and powers, we have one subdivision called laws of exponents that we see now. So just an introduction to exponents, a short introduction. Dealing with big numbers is not so easy, but we do use very big numbers in reality in certain cases. Some examples where we use large numbers in real life situations are, okay, when we say the distance between the earth and the sun, that is 1496000 all the way to 0 meters. Mass of earth is 597,000 all the way to 0 kg. Speed of light is 299792000 meters per second. The distance between Moon and Earth is 38446700 meters. So these numbers are very difficult to remember, and when we write and do some calculations using this data, we may miss out some zeros or some digits, which may end up with a wrong result. So to make it simpler to write, exponents and powers are used. It's a simple and nice way to represent such big numbers. So the details of this we have seen in the other lesson. Today we see mostly on the laws of exponents. Exponents and powers. We can write large numbers in simplified form as given below. 2 to the power of 4. So here 2 is the base and 4 is the exponent or power or index. For example, the number 16 can be written as 8 times 2, and again the 8 can be written as 4 times 2, and we have already one more 2 here, so that comes here 4 times 2 times 2. And you know this 4 also can be written as 2 times 2, so totally when you write 16, it can be written as 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2. So there are 5 2's here. Is it correct? 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8, 8 times 2 is 16, 16 times 2 will be 32. So this number should not be there. This is not there. Okay, so this is 16. If you add one more 2, it becomes 32. So you should be careful in expanding this numbers. Then only your answer will be correct. Instead of writing the factor 2 repeatedly 4 times, like this, we can simply write it as 2 to the power 4. This symbol indicates to the power 2 to the power 4. It can be read as 2 raised to power 4 or 2 to the power of 4 or 2 power 4. Anyway, we can call this. One thing is we should remember which is the base and which is the exponent. Okay, so the first law, there are 7 laws of exponents. The first one is the product of powers rule. Product of powers. So multiplication is involved here. So let us see what it is. When multiplying two bases of the same value, what we need to do is keep the base value same and then add the exponents together to get the solution. For example, x power m into x power n will be equal to, since in both cases base is x, so I keep the x as it is and add the exponents m plus n. So x power m into x power n is equal to x power m plus n. This is the product of powers rule. So what will be the answer for this one? 4 power 2 times 4 power 5. So here 4 is the base, which is the same in both cases. So keep that same. Then the exponents here is 2 and here is 5. So 2 plus 5 is 7. So I put it here 7. So 4 power 2 times 4 power 5 is nothing but 4 power 7. So 4 power 7, you know how to write it. So it is 4 times 4, 4, 4, 4, 4, 4. So if we count, this will be total 7 fours. So 4 power 7 is nothing but 16,384. Okay, so this is how we use the product of powers rule. Okay, let us see. So this is what we discussed. 4 power 2 is 4 into 4. 4 power 5 is 4 into 4 into 4 into 4 into 4 5 times. So this multiplied by this will give you 16 times 1024. So 16,384, which is nothing but 4 power 7. I just keep the same base, add these two values together. Only condition here is the base should be same. What about this 4x square times 2x cube? So now we got some coefficient. Here 4, here 2. So this multiplication anyway. So multiply 4 times 2, you get 8. Then x squared times x cube. X squared times x cube. So you get x power 5. That's what the answer here. The next rule is quotient of powers. So last time we saw multiplication. This time it will be division. So division is denoted by quotient. Quotient of powers rule. Okay. So multiplication and division are opposite to each other, that we know. Okay. So this rule will be just opposite to the multiplication or product rule. The quotient rule is just opposite to the product rule. The product rule, we add the exponent. In quotient rule, we subtract. That's the difference. So when dividing two bases of the same value, so here it is 5 power 5 divided by 5 power 3. So the base is same. So we just keep the base same and subtract the numerator exponent with the denominator exponent. In this case, 5 minus 3, it is 2. Okay, so once you have this, you can simplify and write it as 25. What will happen if it is 3 here and this is 5 here? Then it will be 5 power minus 2. This will be 1 over 25. So 5 power 5 divided by 5 power 3. So it is, if you do the actual calculation, it is 3125 divided by 125, it is 25. But then we can easily do like this straight away. So 5 power 5 divided by 5 power 3 give you 5 power 2, because 5 minus 3 is 2. So this is how we calculate using the exponents. The third law is the power of power rule. So if you have a power already and over that you have one more power, how we do about it? This rule shows how to solve equations where a power is being there's already power and over and above you keep one more power. So what happens? That's what shown here. X power 3 is already x is raised to the power 3, and over and above you have another power 3. So x power 3, how much it should be? So when you have this one, we just multiply the exponents together. 3 times 3 will give you 9. So this is how we solve the power of a power. So x power 3 whole thing to the power of 3 will give you x power 3. So x 3 times. When you add all the 3, it comes 9. So it's nothing but x the base 3 times 3, not 3 plus 3. 3 times 3, 9. Then the fourth rule is the power of a product rule. So if you have when any base is being multiplied by an exponent, distribute the exponent to each part of the base. So in this case, we have xy, that is to the power 3. So this will be, as per rule, distribute the exponent to each part. That means it is x power 3 and y power 3. So this 3 is distributed between this and this. X power 3, y power 3. There's no change in the multiplication here, it remains same. So this rule applies if there are exponents attached to the base as well. So in case x, instead of x I have x power 2, then it becomes x power 2 power 3 times y power 2 times 3. So 2 times 3 will give you 6. So x power 6, y power 6. So this is how you use the power of product rule. Very simple one, but you have to be careful. So here x2 y2 power 3. So distribute this to the each element of the base. So x2 3, y2 3. So add them together, you get x6, y6. The fifth rule is power of a quotient. Power of a quotient, like power of the product. Last time we saw quotient now. The quotient simply means that you are dividing two quantities. In this rule, we are raising a quotient by a power. Raising a quotient by a power. That means we have a division that is raised to some power, like this one. This is a division, you have quotient x divided by y, and the whole thing is powered to the value of 4. So here what we do here, raise both variables within the bracket by the power of 4. That means this becomes x power 4 divided by y power 4. That is the power of quotient rule. So x by y to the power 4 will be equal to x power 4 divided by y power. That means you distribute this power to each element of the base as it is. Then sixth one is all we know already. zero power rule. That means any base, here the base is x, so any base raised to the power 0 will give you always 1. This could be any value. Okay, one variable, two variable, whatever it is. Something like this also can. But if it is raised to the power, then the value is simply 1. Okay, it's the last rule, negative exponent rule. When there is a number being raised by a negative exponent, what we need to do is flip it into a reciprocal to turn the exponent into a positive. Don't use the negative exponent to turn the base. So this exponent is nothing connected with the sign of the exponent is nothing to do with the base sign. So example, if you have x power 2, we can write it as x square. So in this case here, x power minus 2. So to make the number into reciprocal, what we do is we flip the numerator into denominator and vice versa. So first this number is made as a fraction. Okay, then flip the numerator and the denominator and vice versa. So it becomes 1 by x power minus 2. So it is something like this, x power minus 2 1 divided by x power 2. So correction in the previous slide. Okay, just turn the number into a fraction, put it over 1. So x power minus 2 will become 1 by x power 2. This is a simple way to understand the negative exponent rule. So overall there are 7 laws. Some derivatives are there. So x power 1 is always x. For example, 6 to the raised power 1 is 6. X power 0 is always 1. So whatever may be the base value here, if it is raised to 0, always you get 1. X power minus 1 negative exponent is equal to 1 over positive x power 1. Xm into xn will be equal to xm plus n. Here same x, base is same, so add the exponent. So this is a quotient rule. So in this case, x m power minus n. So x to the power m minus n, because this n is in the denominator. When you go up, it becomes minus. Okay. Power of a power, x power m power n will give you x power m n. Then this is the distribution. So if there is a exponent for a base with more variables, then you distribute the exponent to each and every one of the base elements. So in this case, xy power n gives you x power n times y power n. This is the quotient one. So if it is raised to power n, you get x power n divided by y power n. So these are the examples for each one of the laws. Thank you very much. Visit the site on a regular basis to see all our lessons. So you can subscribe to our channel and click the bell icon for immediately receiving the updates. Thank you.